Okay, welcome back, guys. And today I'll be discussing about some simple tricks in Excel that should probably replace some very complex formulas in your Excel journey. And the first one I'm going to try out is the addition via the rows and column like simultaneously. So that means I'm adding this particular row, this particular column across this row. So how is it going to be possible if I want to add this two CS on this particular column and I want to add them to this particular two here, the ones I highlighted here, so to give me the final answer. So how is it possible and which formula is actually suitable for this situation before going to this complex one here. So if you want to do something of such, so this is how to do it. Just type your equals to, then your sum, so highlight it from here, press a space bar, then come here, highlight it from here to here. So supposing I want to leave these ones out, I want to leave these ones out just in to make it look similar like this. Close my bracket, then press enter. If I press enter, it's not going to give me the total addition of all these two highlighted. It's going to give me the addition of the intersected numbers. So these are the intersected numbers here. So it's going to give me the additions of the intersect 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 8. So the final answer here is going to be 8. But that's not where we are going. So we want it to give us the total addition of every two that were highlighted here. So if we want the total addition, we come here to this space here, then type my comma, then press my enter. So 36. Now a practical example of this is if you have something like this and your manager said, okay, please add this all the 30s in this particular workbook, add everything together. I want to know the total amount. So instead of coming here to type equals to sum and adding all these rows together to give you this particular sum here, then coming here to add everything together again, come here, come here, come here. No, instead of it to cut down on the amount of time you are using to find the total value of these states in your workbook, you can actually make use of this particular formula here and it will capture everything. So mind you, we are only adding just 30s, we are exempting the 15s here. So using the same formula, sum, then highlight from here, space, then from here, bracket. So then come here, your comma, then press enter. So everything is 1350. Now the next thing on the sheet is the use of question mark. So these are the list of states we have here, and these are the code for each of these states. Now supposing I have something longer than this, and for the code I want to check which, like I want to check the number of alphabet for each code. So in literal terms, for this particular code now, I want to check how many one alphabet code do we have, how many two alphabet codes do we have in this list, or how many three alphabet codes do we have, as the case may be. So that is where the use of the question mark we actually comes in. So I will just come here, so type my equals to and type count if. So I highlight it from here to here, a comma, space, then I'll type my question mark. One question mark means we want to find the total number of a single alphabet. So two question marks means for two alphabet, three question marks means three alphabets, and so on and so forth. So now we want to find the total number of just a single alphabet in the listed code here. So how many single alphabets do we have? So we have four. So if it is for two alphabets, how many two alphabets? We also have four. So if it's for three alphabet, you make the question mark three. Now see this exceptional case where we have an alphabet at the front of the question mark in between two different alphabet, and an alphabet at the back of a question mark. Now if I want to find how many question mark where do we see, like, how many places do we have question marks? How many places do we have question mark in this particular column? So that's the question. How many places do we have question mark? We do have question mark in this particular column. So we are still using the same formula. So we just come here, your count if formula, then you highlight from here to here, separate by a comma, then your question mark. This is our question mark. But if we close it like this, we will never get the answer. We never get how many question marks we have here. So it's only going to give us one, because we are only looking for, this formula is only looking for just one alphabet code. So now if you want to check how many question mark, like the number of different places we have a question mark in this particular column, so we type our tilde sign. The tilde sign is just below the escape key and above the tab key. So press the shift and that particular button. So that's the tilde sign. Then in front of the tilde sign, you put your asterisk. Then at the back of the question mark, you put your asterisk. So why are we putting asterisk at the front and at the back? The reason for that is to tell us that irrespective of any alphabet at the front of the question mark, or irrespective of any alphabet at the back of the question mark, in as much as there is a question mark in any of the cells, just make it count in the final answer. So when we press enter, so that means we have three. So a question mark is here, question mark is here, and also question mark is here. So if I remove this, my answer will be 1. That's irrespective of any alphabet in front. And irrespective of any alphabet in front of my question mark, just give me the answer. The answer will be 1. So, and that is actually this particular one. And if I come here, I remove this particular asterisk here, and I go back here, put the asterisk here. That's irrespective of any alphabet at the back of my question mark. So the answer will still be 1. So that's how to use the question mark. So when we come to this sheet 3 now, the use of the asterisk itself. So we are still going to use the same formula for this particular side. So now suppose we want to check, these are the list of the departments we have in the organization, and these are the email address attached to each department. Suppose we want to know how many Gmail accounts we have for each of these of this department. So I can come here, type my count if. So we want to check how many Gmail, just Gmail, not Yahoo Mail. So Gmail, then this. So then Gmail. Now I'm going to put my asterisk here. Now if I then put asterisk here, let's see what the answers will be. It will give us 0, like we don't have anything like Gmail in this particular uh, list. And we have Gmail, we have up to 4 Gmail accounts here. But why is it giving us 0? It's because this particular Gmail letters is actually in let me say is in a condensed form with other alphabets too. So Excel don't see Gmail as a standalone entity. So Excel is seeing it in form of a condensed sentence. So for you to tell Excel that you are mainly looking for this particular Gmail, irrespective of any letter in front or irrespective of any letter at the back. So this is what you are actually looking for. The Excel should give you the number of rows or columns that has this particular Gmail, irrespective of any letter at the front or any letters at the back. So you are going to use asterisk to differentiate that, asterisk at the front and asterisk at the back. So it's going to give us the total number of columns that has a Gmail written on it. So press enter now, and let's see the final output. So we having 4. So Gmail is here 1, 2, this is Gmail 3, and this is also Gmail. So you can do the same thing for Yahoo and other ones. Now look at, I want to make another example. This is Jane. Supposing I want to check how many times Jane also occurs in this particular email address, I can come here, change this Gmail to Jane, and press enter. Also 4 times. If you can't, you see that Jane also occurs 4 different times. So that's how to use the asterisk in our day-to-day Excel workbook. So the final one is days. Now, how to add across rows and columns. Now, supposing I want to add this 20 down this column, 30 down this column, 40 down this column, and also 2 down this row, 4 down this row, 6 down this row. There will be a particular challenge I'm going to face, and that challenge is the changing of positions times without number, changing of positions. Now let's start and let me show you what I actually meant by changing of position, and this is where the use of dollar sign will be mostly applicable. So the use of dollar sign is very important, and is one of the very first thing you should know as someone that wants to be very proficient in the use of Excel. So now type my equals to 20 plus 2, press enter. I have 22. Now if I draw this answer down the row, it should give me different answers here. So I'm expecting it to give me 24 here, 26, 30, 28, 30, but it's giving me 26. 20 plus 4 is not 26, it's 24. So why is it giving me these wrong answers? The problem is from here. Now that means this 20, I'm going to have this 20 fixed, and this one will be moving. So this 20 is on B4. So that means our B4 must be fixed. So if you want it fixed, you type your dollar sign here, then press enter, then drag it all over again. Now we have the correct answer. So now what if we drag it across the row like this? What is it going to give us? So it's giving us 30 plus 2, 42, 40 plus 2, 62, which is very wrong. So what is actually happening? So that means here, these two must be constant. The position of these two must be constant. So whereas the position of these 20 must change across down the row. So we come here again. So we immobilize these two. Then we remove this. We remove this, press enter, and then we drag again. So 30, that's 32, 40 plus 2, 42. Then you come here, you drag down. So 30, 34, this 36, this 38. You come here, you drag down. 40, 44, 46. So everything is working normal now. So drag down again. Come here, you drag down. Do the same thing for this. So that is basically what I want to show us today, and I believe you learned one or two things from this particular section. Thank you guys, and enjoy the rest of your day.